Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miranda and this is Redhead with a Budget. And on today's video, I am going to be going over my October budget closeout. And what I'm going to go over is all the different totals for each of my budget categories, how I did on my no spend challenge for October, and I had some goals for October, so I'm just gonna go over how I did for those, and then at the end I'll probably just go over my goals that I have for the month of November. So starting off for my October closeout, I will just be going over the totals for each of my budget categories. I have 10 categories that I keep track of every day, every month, that I categorize my budgeting and my spending into. And so my first category was bills. And for bills, I did spend $689.43. This included rent, I had a couple insurances come out, and then all of my monthly subscriptions. For debt, I spent $1,138.27 for my debt category, and this included car payment, minimum credit card payments, and minimum student loan payments that I had to make. So that is everything for debt. And for groceries, I did spend $123.60 for groceries, which is actually a little more than normal, I would say. So that's groceries. And for car juice, I spent $86.93, which is, I think, about average for me. I can't quite remember. That might be a little higher than normal. And my next category is eating out. So I spent $48.05 for eating out, and I went out to eat 4 times in the month of October, which is pretty good. That's actually really good for me, 4 out of 31 days. My next category is personal, and that's just any shopping that I want to do for myself. And that category, I spent $55.60 for personal. Next up is my dog Chevy. He has his own category, and I spent $27.65 for him, which is really good. Again, I think that was just mainly dog food, I want to say. And then household, I did end up spending 0 in household, which is really good because we have more than enough cleaning stuff here at home. The only thing that we might end up needing soon is like paper towels, toilet paper, that kind of stuff. My next category is sinking funds, and I had one purchase for sinking funds, and that was $25.15. I just had a prescription that I had to renew, so that's what that was. And my last category is miscellaneous, which is kind of just everything unplanned or unbudgeted for. And for October, I spent $144.76, and that included 2 purchases at the DMV, but my new job is going to reimburse me for those 2 purchases. I'm hoping to get that back in November. And then there were just a couple other like small miscellaneous purchases also as well, so that makes up that total. And so if we add everything together, I spent a total of $2,339.44 in October, which is a lot. Is a lot. But I mean, again, that's, a lot of minimum payments and necessities to live. There were some things that obviously I didn't need to spend on, the eating out and personal. I would have liked to have been a lot lower, and the miscellaneous, obviously. So that was my total expenses for the month. My total inflow that I had for October was $903.24, and that included 1 paycheck, 3 refunds, and then I just get a small amount of bank rewards back each month for my checking account. So that those three things all totaled up for my monthly inflow for October. And I know the expenses to inflow is a big difference, but I got paid right at the end of September, so that paycheck helped cover a lot of the October expenses as well. Because I know 2,000 to 900 is a big difference. That is it for my spending that I did. I was doing a no spend challenge for October and I did really good for this. I probably did the best I've ever done. My goal was at least 15 days. I like to do at least half the month of no spend days. And I do have like rules and exceptions for this. So things that are allowed obviously are, bills, my minimum debt payments, groceries, car juice, and any personal or household essentials, like again, paper, like toilet paper, shampoo, just like that essential stuff. And then another one, the last one is dog food. Dog food I count as an exception because dogs gotta eat as well, just like I do. And so things that are not allowed are eating out, shopping, and any unnecessary snacks, grocery purchases, and any miscellaneous purchases. So those are the rules for my no spend challenge that I did. And you can do it, you can make the rules however you want that fits, your budget if this is something you're thinking about doing too or want to try. And so for my no spend challenge, I had 24 no spend days. So 24 out of 31. So I passed my goal of 15, which is great. I'm super happy about that. I'm very happy, if you can't tell. Okay, so for my October goals, the first one was, it's more of like I have some like personal slash budgeting goals like in this category. So my first one is a personal goal. I wanted to read 5 books in the month of October, and I did. I read 5. I've been on a Elle Kennedy kick recently. I've been like reading all of her books because I love her. She's so good. And so the books I read were, well, actually no, the first book was not an Elle Kennedy book. It was Night Shift, and then the rest of them are all by Elle Kennedy. The Graham Effect, The Dixon Rule, The Chase, and The Risk are all the books that I read in October. That was my first goal, so I succeeded in that one. And then my next goal was to track all my spending, which I did that. My third goal was to post on TikTok at least 20 times. And this one I didn't do that well on. I posted 13 out of 20 times, so over half, which I think is still really good for me. And then I wanted to post a video on YouTube, and I just never got around to it, didn't have the time, so I didn't achieve that goal. And my last goal was to spend less on eating out and personal shopping. And I mean, I think I overall did spend less, but I did still have like those few like purchases for the month. So this one I'm kind of like iffy on if I did good or not. I think I'm gonna say that I did, because I did spend less than I normally would. That's all for my October goals. I'm very happy with how those, overall I'm very happy with how I did with my October goals. And for the month of November, I do have I'm gonna try and do the same goals with it, just because I haven't quite figured out like what all my monthly goals, like I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do each month and what I want to try to achieve with like my personal life and with my budget. So I'm just gonna have the same goals again: read 5 books, track all my spending. I would like to try and post on TikTok at least 20 times. I wonder if I should change it to 15. Maybe I'll do that. No, I'm gonna stick to 20. We're gonna stick to 20. So post at least 20 times. I'd like to post to YouTube at least 2 times. I've changed that one. I'm gonna up that one to 2. I'm gonna, fingers crossed, 2. And then again, spend less on eating out and personal. So those are my November goals. and I'm very excited to see how I do at the end of the month. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, keep on budgeting. Bye, guys.